Hey everybody, it's Kit here. Happy Tuesday and welcome back to the Brooks Legacy, where we were doing regularly scheduled programming, so to speak. With the Brooks Legacy, it usually was Andy and Hope, and then we went Marin to Kaysen, Blaze to Oscar, and then we'd throw in Ziola. However, we are pretty much done with what I had on my blog. There are two more posts, one for Marin, one for Andy. And then that's it. I don't have anything else other than Fractured Wanderer on the blog. Then we entered Tumblr, and Tumblr, I knew it was going to be a mess. I had no idea how much of an absolute catastrophe of a mess it was. And we're also entering this time where, like, I think I turned off aging because it was aggravating me, and I wanted to figure out a way to do it without. I wanted more time I wanted more time as kids. I wanted more time with the teenagers. Wanted more time. Period. I can do the potion once they're adults, but like I'd like to be able to like kind of have them be a little bit more flexibility, I think, and I kind of figured out a system that I haven't actually tested yet. I should test it. I don't know how I'm going to test it. I probably should test it on a different household, like maybe through the veil or something. But point is, I figured out a way to do it, but then I wasn't playing my legacy because I have so much of the story and I knew I wanted to do this, so I haven't actually tested it out yet. Um, So I'm not sure exactly if it'll work or not, but point being, things get a little messy, just like a little tiny bit messy. Um, and I've decided for my own sanity, whatever the blog post is, I'm gonna start from the bottom up because I didn't have an easy way. I literally have to just go to my Tumblr and scroll all the way down until I hit the end of the Brooks stuff. It's so annoying. And it's not clean, it's nothing. But I did right. I did have the story, so it's like I'm just gonna go with it. If it's Marin for the next few weeks, then it's Marin for the next few weeks. I mean, I don't know what else to do. We're also entering into a time where I was not so focused on Generation 2 as I was Generation 3 because Marin's birthday, I think I'm going to have Marin's birthday be tomorrow. So this week is going to be Marin, all Marin. Partly because Andy's final post is Kaysen's birthday. And Marin was the oldest, so that kind of makes more sense to me. Um, yeah. There are more posts for Andy than there are for Hope because he's got 3 kids, she has 2, and of course Ziola is still a child at this time. So I mean that's just the way that goes. Um, yeah. So my point being is we're entering uncharted territory, and I hope at some point it will make itself nice, make itself just not a clustered mess because it's kind of a clustered mess. And I knew Tumblr was going to be, but oh my god, is it an absolute mess. So that's the only way I'm feeling like I can do it at this time, so I hope everybody's okay with that. The other reason there's a lot of Marin, and I know I'm blathering on and on and on, and this is already going to be a long video, relatively speaking, is because I was having so much fun with Marin and like the challenge of basically what she was doing and exploring Sulani and just all of that. So there seems like there's a lot of content for Marin, and there is. But I was taking a lot of pictures per day, as I tend to do in Sulani because it's so pretty. So it's going to be a little weird. It's going to be a little messy. I hope it's still enjoyable though. And I will be hopefully correcting myself when I actually get to play and write again. That'll be nice. Yeah. Anyway, um, let's get into it. 5 minutes into the video. Dang. After a few days of travel, Marin is finally at her new home. It apparently rains a lot here. Sulani is so different than Del Sol Valley. It's lonely, wild, and utterly beautiful. Time to start the garden. Now, let's talk about logistics. Marin bought this little island plot for about 4,000 simoleons. Her entire life savings was 5,000, and it took all of her savings to buy this plot and get out here to Sulani. She has some possessions with her, but essentially, she is out here with no one to help her in case something goes wrong. As far as she is aware, no one knows she is here. She got her high school diploma early and didn't tell her folks. She doesn't plan on attending university. She is out here alone with just herself to look out for, and she has no financial means or a way to currently acquire money. She does have a neighbor who she doesn't intend on meeting. She has never felt more alive. It's like electricity tingling up and down her spine. She can't stop staring in awe at her new world. She has wanted this for so long. She can hardly believe she made it happen. A chance to follow the strange tug in her gut, leading elsewhere. To here. She's never really fished before, but she is an intelligent woman. She'll figure this out. Now, she knows that she is probably a spoiled brat and very selfish. And yeah, a whole bunch of bad stuff. She does feel bad, alright? Marin knows her parents want nothing more than the best for her. It's just, she's got to get out from under the Brooks' looming legacy shadow. You know? It's not for Marin. It never was for Marin. And if she'd have stayed, she'd never have been able to be herself apart from being part of the Brooks legacy. Marin does worry about them being her family, but she decided to be horrible and selfish. She is trying to work through that. Really, she is. She will get into contact with him once she gets her footing under her. Marin promises that. She has to prove to herself that she can do this. But the first thing she has to prove to herself is that she can catch some fish to sell to the passing fishermen and possibly for a campfire roast for food. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. And her first catch from the sea. Woohoo! Marin is finally feeling at peace. No more tugging. No more anxious energy. Just peace. Digging for seashells. Sea shells. The ocean air is lovely, and my English is not. Marin absolutely loves this. It's just her, the water, and the occasional passerby. Until she gets settled, fruit is it for her food. Lightning and no cover. Uh-oh. Cue the watcher's heart attack. Time to be an adult. It's just lightning, Mar. Get over it. As you can see, she brought some solar-powered lava lamps from home. Did she mention there is no electricity here? So far, she is not experiencing withdrawals. Lightning strike number 1. The tingles are back, but that's probably the shock. And I had tingles because I was having a heart attack. Lightning strike number 2. Marin feels kind of funny. Is this normal? Meanwhile, I was utterly in complete shock myself. In fact, Marin feels supercharged. How? How does she have this lightning contained, or whatever this is? Marin is lightning! How cool is this? This is much better than being dead or stuck in Del Sol. This is amazing! So yeah, Marin's memories of that night are a bit electric. I'm proud of myself, I am. The rest of that night, she fished. She cannot put into words how much she loves her new home. But Marin cannot wait to get to bed. Beach life is a bit rough. It's very uncomfortable sleeping in her very own potty bush. And with that in mind, Marin got to work. She finally sold enough fish to trade for a tent from a passing boat salesman. Yes, apparently they have those here, and it is quite convenient. But despite the surroundings, Sulani's beauty is marred by trash in its waters. And with no shower, Marin is rank. But after a swim around, not so much. She's just smelling quite salty. Thankfully, there are bathrooms nearby, so she doesn't always have to use a potty bush when she's out and about. Despite the challenges and discomfort, Marin really loves Sulani. Time for some seashell collecting. Marin does miss home, though. She wishes she could share this experience with her family. Despite the wonder and amazing experience this has been, did she do the right thing? She distracted herself by trying her hand at snorkeling. Ah, the warm waters do wonders for Marin's psyche. She feels better now, but the thoughts are still on her mind. Marin keeps seeing these blue spirits around Sulani. Wonder what they are. Hello? Marin tried to communicate with them, but she wondered if she was the only one who saw them. No one else seemed to. She wonders why this is roped off. Is she allowed to fish here? Yikes. They are some really cool fish, though. But eventually, she went back home. This is gross. Seriously, how does this happen? It's so nice to just go and swim and do whatever she wants, whenever she wants. Hello again. Are you following me? Was it the same one or a different one? They all looked alike. Marin has decided it is a life goal for her to get one of those boats, but she may be 100 years old before she makes enough money for one. It is official. She misses her shower back home. No. At her mom's home. This is her home now. But this is a really nice substitute shower. Arguably better than anything she could purchase, except that it won't be as convenient. Although, who can say they like showering with frogs? That would be Marin. But for now, this lovely waterfall is only a short swim across the canal. And in the few short days Marin has been here, her swimming skills have gotten so much better. Splish splash. Panda would love it here. She wishes she could show him. Yet it doesn't seem like she's the only one who knows of this little spot. Who is that? Hey, wait up! Despite the fact she should probably avoid people right now, she was craving some social, you know? Another person! Plus, he looked hot. Hot Stuff's name was Atoni Moho, and yes, he was quite nice. Hey, nice to meet you. New to Sulani, I take it? I've not seen you around here before. Marin hoped he couldn't tell her heart was pounding. Like, her birthday isn't quite here yet, and he definitely didn't need to know that she technically ran away from home. Yeah, I just moved here a few days ago. I'm Marin. I live just over there on that island. You? Oh, my family and I live over in Lonnie, St. Taz. You should drop by sometime. We can do a cookout. You out here on your own? If her palms could stop sweating, that would be great. Yep, just me. It's kind of a soul-finding adventure, but I am loving it so far. He nodded. The islands take care of their own. This place is great to find yourself in to grow. People come from all over to find things, but it's often hit or miss. You just gotta take care of the island, and you will eventually find your answers, Marin. His smile was easy and kind, but it did nothing to the horrible feelings of self-doubt and loathing in her stomach. Could Marin really do this? Tony left after saying goodbye and reminding her to come by his family home sometime. She just wanted to cry. Marin missed her family. She felt so guilty over just leaving, but now she truly had no options. She was basically on a deserted island with no technology. She had left it all behind. She had no money, no way to get into contact with them, not even Panda or Kason, even though she had sworn she would. Marin was stuck in her choice, and it really sucked. I am so sorry, Mom. Dad. I really am. I hope I can reach out one day and tell you that. Apparently, Marin's fishing spot is popular. She's really screwed up. There was nothing to do but continue on. She fished without abandon for a while, so absorbed in her own sorrows she didn't realize that there was someone fishing by her for a while. This stranger needs some sun. He's as pale as the dead in those movies. Despite how scary he looked, he was nice, if not a bit aloof. You alright? Am I alright? No, I really am not. I miss my family. I regret so much doing this to them. What if I die and they never find out what happened to me? What if the mansion catches on fire and the dogs die? What if Panda goes to space and never comes back? I will never know. Neither will they. I am not alright. But Marin couldn't just tell that to a stranger. That would be a bit much, right? Finally, she decided on what to say. No, but I will be. Eventually. Marin will eventually figure this out. She has to. He listened and fished. Eventually, he responded. All right. Good luck, Marin. She swore she could hear him say her name, but he was too far gone in the water. She bet she hadn't heard him correctly. She didn't have a lot of time to think about it because she was hungry. She had enough money to hail a boat taxi, and she had seen some boat advertisements about some little beach shack restaurant. Marin thinks she's been in isolation long enough, at least for now. Being around people was weird. Marin hopes that isn't Dad's friend, Caleb. She felt like she was being watched. Maybe this is a bad idea. This guy wasn't happy with her. Was it Marin's dirty clothes? Or the fact she was coloring? Pfft, he's just jealous. Marin's got the confidence to color where he has none. This food is better than the fruit and veggies she's been scrounging by far. Be jealous, dude. Be jealous. She decided to look for more seashells. Where are the little things? She can definitely do this. Being around people is great. Marin heard some commotion over by a ruined temple structure thingy. Is that a big cookout thing? Let's go explore. Surprisingly, she met this lovely woman named Nohia. No, Nohea, Nohea. It's Nohea, if anybody wants to help me out on that one. Hello, welcome to Solani. Want some food, hon? She was quite nice. No, thank you, ma'am. I just ate. I'm Marin. It's nice to meet you. Her eyes positively sparkled. Marin, did you say? My son said there was a new girl in town by that name. You didn't happen to meet a young man called a Tony by chance, did you? He's my boy. I did actually. He was very welcoming. How small is this place? A Tony is her son? Oh, that's so very nice to hear. I do my best to instill manners in my children. Well, you are always welcome in our home. You should come over sometime. We have plenty of food if you ever want company. Oh, great, Plum Bob. She was so nice, and how can Mara get out of this? Yeah, sure. I can come over sometime. You can betcha Marin got out of there quick. They know where she lives now. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Still, it was nice to know she knew some friendly folks around here. Mom would be proud. You know, right after she buried Marin 12 feet deep in the dungeon of the non-existent basement she'd make for Marin after she found her. That's a terrible hypothetical scenario. Hey, you guys. I made some friends tonight. Marin was doing better, though. Catching bigger fish, making a small amount of money, and her garden was getting bigger. The stranger kept coming by, no idea why. But survival milestone time, her very first fish meal she made by herself, and it wasn't burned. Phew, smelly. Eventually she will get a shower, but until then, this one will do. Marin still feels horribly guilty, but she will make up for it. One day. She hopes. I hope. Phew! I think that's the longest Brooks video. It's been a hot minute since it's been that long. I'm just talking story wise. Dang, that was long. But yeah, so Marin is settling into Solani and into her choices, getting slapped in the face by real life, but it's not all bad. Um, Jackson was there, yes. Question it if you would like. I'm not going to say anything until Fractured Wanderer. I realized as I was scripting this, I was like, crap, I'm actually a little bit behind on Fractured Wanderer. But it's okay, actually. So, you know. Um, all I will say is that he has seen her picture all over the internet being, oh my god, she's missing and everything else. So, there is that, and that's the only thing I'm gonna say. And you can just nicely assume that Caleb was there, and Thanatos is very well aware. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that. Yeah, so it's funny. For those who kind of know my playstyle now, I was figuring out how I like to play with this experience with Marin. I had done Rags to Riches here and there a little bit before, but I hadn't really done it since Eden, and I really enjoyed it with Eden. But with Marin, it really opened it up for me. I don't know how, like, I stopped focusing on, okay, we gotta make money, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, and I started focusing on, like, more just playing, but also the experience of the struggle. So it was the journey and not the destination. And she really, just this experience of playing with her, you can tell I enjoyed it a lot because I took a bazillion photos. But it really kind of set it for me that I really enjoy, like, rags to riches and doing it in a variety of different ways which is why I do it a lot in Through the Veil, how I'm setting that up right now, which is going to be coming back fairly soon, actually. I'm kind of getting things a little bit more situated. And I've also considered just like doing some videos of me just playing so that y'all can kind of see that too. Um, Let me know if y'all want to see that, I guess. But yeah, I had like a really just a lot of fun with this storyline. I'm still having fun with it. And just her experience. It's really cool. So, yeah. Um, that's all I have for today. I do believe tomorrow is her birthday, and I'm gonna have to script that from Tumblr. Oh my god, I'm not looking forward to it in the slightest. Oh my god, I'm looking forward to getting it done. In that case, I'm not looking forward to the journey. I'm looking forward to the destination. Oh, Tumblr gives me hives every time I look at it. Oh, so wish me luck. Apologies in advance, and also I thank you in advance for sticking with me. It's going to suck. Hi, headset. I know I need to shut up now and move on to another episode. So that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope y'all aren't too horribly mad at Marin. Um, there's some other things that are going on in the background that are also influencing her decision. Y'all may have been able to tell with the little hints that I dropped in this episode, and maybe or maybe not. I don't know. She's not the only one that's going to be affected by what is going on, not by a long shot. Her mama had it too. Um, yeah, yeah. That's future plans and future little hints and things, but the first time you really see it like plain, not plain as day, but kind of plain as day in a big way is Marin by kind of doing this. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all have a great rest of the day, and I do have a little video for noon that's dropping. So look forward to that if you want to. It is not Sims. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, and I don't know. See you with more Marin tomorrow. And don't forget, where the water's flow, legacies grow. Bye!